either watching this because you have either A, enrolled in AP Calculus and are going to take it this fall, or B, you're thinking about taking Calculus in a future year. So here today I have a few do's and don'ts of Calculus, what you shouldn't do and shouldn't do in class, outside class, and tips for Calculus in general for you today. So let's get started. Starting out, I think it would be best that we start beginning the year. So when you walk into class, the first thing you'll get is your textbook. And from day one, you'll work on homework, you'll get stuff from day one to do. And I was letting you know now, here's your first do. Be prepared to not use a calculator all year on tests and quizzes. Now you maybe use a scientific calculator on some stuff, or not. Because, come AP test time, half the test is with a calculator, half the test is without a calculator. Let's be prepared. It will be worth it in the end, as it'll practice to help you get prepared for an AP test at the end of the year, around May-ish time. And that's just helps you in general, just to get ready for a test and help you be prepared. My second do of calculus for you is always ask questions. From the start, as the beginning of the school year, say for example, you start talking about derivatives, you don't know how to do them. As the year builds on, each thing you learn builds on you. Beginning of the year, you ask questions. Next couple tips I have for you, I can call tips 3 and 4, and they are always try your hardest and do your homework right when you get it. I say that because if you try your hardest, you might not have to ask as many questions as you would have to ask normally. And also, if you do your homework more often, you're going to get it. She'll be happy to grade it faster. Most teachers will be happy to grade it easier, grade it nicer, and you'll get concepts down better before the test. As questions from the homework or a class assignment, sometimes end up on the test or quiz, which then you can in turn have a small advantage then when it comes to test time. Or just a tip I have for you for AP Calc is to always label your work and show your work, especially on your tests and quizzes. Because in the end, especially on the AP Calc test, you can easily get 2-3 points from just labeling and showing some work. You might not even get the correct answer on some short answer questions, but at least you have shown some work. And if you label and have the correct labels, you can easily get some points on some tests or quizzes, help boost your grade from maybe 20% or 30%. Doing bad, or take your grade way up higher, because those points can rack up, especially when you have points and labels, when you're required to label. Even if you put label down, you can easily get some points somewhere. So you always don't want to forget. Next tip I have for you for AP Calc is to always make sure you round to 3 decimal places. And only you want to do this at the end of your problem, because if you do it at the middle of the problem, it can then affect your answer at the end. And most time the AP grader, while grading your AP test, they're going to want that exact answer. They only have one answer they can take, which is rounded to 3 decimal places. So in turn, you always want to round out to 5 or 6. You can round out to 5 or 6 for the problem, but then it comes to end, that's when you round to 3 decimal places. And that in turn will help you then get a better grade, because you know that you'll be good at rounding. You didn't round too short into a problem. Because some calculation you put into your calculator come up like 20 decimal places. But then if you just round into 5 or 6 throughout the problem, it won't hurt your rounding then when you do the short little problem and you get a final answer. You can round into your correct answer, decimal places, with your right units, and you have your work shown perfectly. And a couple tips of doing good in calculus is always just do work outside of class, because as AP stands for advanced placement, it's going to take work outside of class. Now that could involve maybe hanging out with friends doing it, maybe watching some Khan Academy videos or some videos that your teacher may record. Just in general, watch some videos, study at home, especially when you have a book online. Sometimes they do. You don't have to bring your book home at all. You can stay in your locker, you still have access to it at your home or wherever you're doing your work from. So in turn, you can stay more at home and be prepared for a test then. And this last tip of do's in calculus is to just study for AP tests. You don't want to study that before, you want to start studying ahead of time. Some teachers will help you prepare in class by doing some practice exams with you. Sometimes your final could be a practice exam. But you'll always just study for AP tests. Maybe you want to pick up a book if you're having trouble from maybe Barnes & Noble, some studying for practice tests in there. But just go online. College Board has some great examples of marked out pre-response questions, ones you have a count, you every year of them. It also has some sample multiple choice questions, your teachers. You possibly even have some books that have some questions in there and some response questions for you to practice, because you won't know what pops up in the AP test. It's not like any other final in high school where you're given a study guide. You're just given what topics are on it, and they all might not show up, or they all might show up. So you will never know what's exactly on your AP. The first don't I have for you is you never want to procrastinate. Because when you procrastinate and doing your homework and studying, it will in turn hurt you more in tests. You won't be able to perform as well in tests as you could if you maybe would have studied ahead of time. So you don't want to procrastinate on your homework. Just get it done ahead of time. Get it done when you need to get done. That's one of the best things you can do to help you. Next don't I have for you for calc is don't round until end of problem. I talked about this earlier in the video, but it's just best if you don't round until end of problem. It saves you the chance of getting the wrong answer because you rounded too early. Because that in turn, when you have many calculations put into your calculator and you round to 3 decimal places every time, and it can hurt your problem later on because you're way too rounded off, especially when you're doing some sums or some area problems. It can really hurt you later on. Next couple tips I have for you for AP Calc is to not sleep in class, and also really to not pay attention in class. Because, for example, your teacher easily could say they're in class, you're going over some problems, going home some homework problems during class, put them together, and she would be like, hey, just so you know, hint, hint, this problem might be on the test. And if you aren't paying attention or staying awake, you can then in turn miss that key hint, which can help you gain more points on a test. Because trust me, in the year, the better grade you have, the less stress you'll have about your grade. Especially when it comes time to AP tests. Your tests that you take throughout the year usually most likely have AP test questions on them. Your tests. Quizzes may not always, because they're sometimes a little bit easier, but the tests have practice AP questions on them, which then you can see how well you do throughout the year. Especially when it's in here, you can see what you need to work on as you do some practice tests. Because if you pay attention more, that wouldn't be a problem then. My final tip I have for you guys is to don't rely on others for homework. Because if you end up doing that, you might not get a concept down as much, because in the end, doing your homework will end up helping you versus relying on someone else. Sometimes it might always come out well. You won't come out with the knowledge or information that you may need for a test or quiz that's coming up, or about in the year when you say for AP Calc test, you might not have the concept down as much, and then in turn, it'll hurt you worse when you go actually take the AP Calc. That just about wraps up all the tips I have for you for AP Calculus, the do's and don'ts for you guys. All these tips can help you throughout the year and help you maybe decide, help you know what you're getting into this next year for AP Calculus, or even helps you know that it's really not that bad if you're still thinking about taking Calc. It's definitely worth it. In the end, you have a wealth of knowledge that can help you get some easier A's in college and so on. So that's about wraps it up. I hope you guys enjoy. Have a great rest of your day.